All right, next up is where we start getting to the fun stuff. This is the stuff that you're probably going to be doing quite often. We're going to be looking at how to edit an event or create an event in the event calendar we have set up for you guys. So what we've got set up here is a plugin on the side here, an events button. So from here, you can go to the event page. So this is where you can see all of your events. Now these are all just examples that we were doing to test the program. So the first thing you would want to do to make a new event would be to click this Add New button up here. This will take you into the panel to edit all of the details and information about your event. So say you're planning a trip. The church and the children's ministry, you're going on a trip to an amusement park to have some fun and to have some fellowship. So say you would give the title Children's Ministry Field Trip. That could be the title of the event. You could name it whatever you want. In here, you could add a description, whatever you want it to be, but it could be stuff like taking the kids and going to Disney World. Whatever you wanted it to be, you could do that. And you could add whatever this information. You could add basically anything you want. You could add all sorts of stuff there. Here's the dates information. So you could have it either be an all-day event on a single day. You could have it be on a specific day, starting from a specific time period. So it could be, say, you'd want it on April 11th, and you'd want it to go from it would be it's going on April 11th. You're going to be leaving the church at 7 a.m. and you want to get back to the church or back from Disney World at like 7 p.m. Just an example. That is the now that you have this dating information in. Now, if you want it to be an all-day event and just not have to worry about times at all, and then just wing it or do whatever you need to there, you can choose the day here. But if you want to get more specific, you can have the times without that as well. From here, you can choose a venue. You could create a venue. So say the venue is obviously this is a trip, so you wouldn't really have a venue here. But I guess you could do Disney World. You could do something like that. You could create that. Oh, hold on, I didn't hit enter. Disney World. You could do that, and then you could input the address information about the location. And then when you fill all that stuff, that will autofill to the map information on the calendar as well. The nice thing about this calendar is it has a bunch of features built into it that make it really, really nice for the user. One of the things is with this address information, it will show up on the calendar page so that if someone wants to add that event to their calendar, they can also add it to their map as well so they can navigate. If say the church isn't all going at once, they want to meet at Disney World, everyone will have the address. Now, it's pretty easy to get the address for Disney World, but if it were something else, you could be more specific with that. And that these are all things you can add. These phones, websites, all this stuff. Show map link. Now, organizers. This is something you can do because this calendar is across all your different church locations. From here, you could very, very easily just go in here and say, this is being done by the Boston Assembly, and add that. And then you could add, say, the pastor's phone number or whoever the event organizer's phone number is, and put an email in there. So if anyone has questions about the event, for the event website, you could just link to the main web page, or you could just not add anything here at all. Now, if it's a paid event, you can add in here how much it costs. That way, people know when they show up to bring that amount of money or whatever. Down here, you've got a bunch of different options as well for like custom fields. This is if you wanted to get really, really specific with it, you can make functionality into the thing. You probably won't need this, but you can look at it if you want. We haven't tinkered around with that much. Now over here, you've got a couple things as well. Now you've got tags. You probably won't be dealing with this much. This is for like website engagement. So like if you have a website like YouTube, for example, the tags dictate like what shows up where. So this is mainly for like navigating a great quantity of content and figuring out where things go. Event options, you can choose to hide it from the event listings if you want. I don't know why you would if it's an event. You can make it only show up in the month view. You can feature it. You can show likes and sharing buttons. These are all stuff that are just built in as functionality, but you may not find use for. But yeah, so you fill out all this information. Now you've got an event, but if you want to publish it, what you would go up here is you would go up to this corner over here and click this purple button. You could publish it. You could also save it as a draft if you want. You can preview the event as well. So if you wanted to preview it without saving it, it previews. This is the event page that would show up if you clicked on the event from the calendar. You see here, Children's Ministry Field Trip has the date, so it's April 11th at 7 a.m., 7 p.m. Gives you the description. You can add it to your calendar here if you're an individual user and you wanted to add it to your Google Calendar there or your Apple Calendar here. Um, and if we had added things in like address and stuff, the map would show up as well. You've got all these different options here. Um, so that is the preview, but you could publish it and that would save it as a event as well. I'm going to publish it, for example. And now if we go to the web page and we go to the calendar and we look at April 11th, here's the event that we had set up. It is on the calendar. You can click on it. It'll take you to the page and it'll give you all the information you need, and that is that. So this is how you navigate to the calendar as well. You go to the calendar button on the home page. Here is your calendar. You can have it in month view or day view. This is if there's any events on this current day. We could go back and look at April 11th, for example. See, it has the Children's Ministry Field Trip. This is the day view. Most people will probably sit in month view because it's just nicer. But these are all test events. There's not actually a church potluck on the 16th. We'll clear out these testing events when we hand it off to you as well. But that is how you create an event. Now, if we wanted to edit an event, it's a pretty simple process. So you go back to your dashboard, go to the events page. From the events page, here are all the events. So we want to edit an event. We accidentally went in there and we put the wrong date. How do we change that? So it's not actually happening on April 11th. The trip is happening on April 13th. So we'd go in here, we'd click the edit button, and that would take us right back to this page here, and we can go in here, we can change it to the 13th. Boom, update. You click the update button, it's in the same location as the publish button. Now if we go back to the events page, you can see it now says April 13th. If we go to the website itself, go to the calendar, the event is now situated on April 13th. And that's how you update or add an event to your calendar.